Meh. Hello everyone, my name is Sarah and welcome back to The Literary Life. Today I am going to be doing a tag even though no one tagged me in this tag. And it is called the Reading Habits tag. So this tag was created by The Book Jazz and it's basically just a bunch of questions about reading habits. Let's get into it. So question number 1. Do you have a certain place for reading at home? When I'm home, I usually read in my room, in my bed, because my parents just always feel a need to make me do something right when they see that I'm reading. They see that I'm reading and that all of a sudden means to them I have nothing to do with myself, and so they make me do something. So usually in my room where I can be alone, and it's most of the time on my bed, even though my bed is the most uncomfortable place to read because realistically everywhere is uncomfortable to read for me. I don't know, I just move around a lot. It just happens. Question number 2, bookmark or random piece of paper? Both, honestly. There's times when I feel like being super extra and I'll get a bookmark and it'll be all cute and whatever, but most of the time it's a random piece of paper because I'm reading outside or I'm reading somewhere else where I'm not with my bookmarks, so I'll just grab a receipt, grab a napkin, grab a pen. I don't know. It's always just something weird, and I feel like most of the time I do use something random more than a bookmark, so a random piece of object paper thing. Question number 3, can you just stop reading or do you have to stop reading after a certain page or a certain chapter? Oh, definitely just randomly stop reading all the time. It literally doesn't even matter if I'm in the middle of a certain page, in the middle of the chapter, I just stop. Is there anyone that actually waits until they finish the chapter or the page? What if you just don't have time? Question number 4, do you eat or drink while reading? I honestly try my best to multitask in that way, but for whatever reason, I can't do it. I always end up just I'm gonna eat this now. Question number 5, multitasking, watching TV or listening to music while reading? No, I can't focus on it. And it's not like I can just put classical music, because I feel like that's what most people do. They just put on classical music and then they just, read. Me, if I'm gonna listen to music, I'm gonna listen to something, with beats. I'm gonna listen to something that gets me hyped, and that means I'm not gonna read. I'm gonna read a few pages and I'm gonna be like singing along. It just wouldn't work. But TV while reading, I'm not the one that's gonna be watching the TV. Someone else is gonna be watching the TV. That I can do. If I'm supposed to be reading and watching a TV show while reading, like that's a recipe for disaster, and I'm not here for it. I can't do it. Can't do it. Question number 6, one book at a time or several books at once? Honestly, several books at once, but there's always that one book that's really good and then I end up finishing it so quick and I'm just like, what happened to all these other suckers that I was supposed to be reading? I don't know, it always happens when I try to do several books at once, but I obviously haven't learned my lesson because I still always do several books at once. Question number 7, reading at home or reading everywhere? Everywhere, literally everywhere. Everywhere I can actually get a chance to read, I'm going to read, because why not? It's even to the point where I read while I walk on my way to classes and stuff like that, and I always bump into people because I'm reckless. What up, t-shirt reference? Why do I think I'm Lily Singh? I'm not. I Superwoman. I need to stop. I read while walking to classes and I always end up bumping into people who aren't paying attention either, and I've always been this close to bumping into many polls. I haven't yet, but keep you updated when it does happen. Question number 8, reading out loud or silently in your head? Majority of the time I'm gonna read silently in my head, but I always have those moments where a book just does something crazy, like something goes crazy in the characters, something crazy just happens, and I'll read it silently in my head, and then I'll put the book down and I'll look at a wall or something for like a good few seconds, and then I'll pick the book up again and read that crazy part again, but reading it out loud this time. so my mind can fully comprehend. Wow, that seriously just happened. Question number 9, do you read ahead or even skip pages? Someone does this? I don't think I've ever read ahead or skipped pages. There's times when like I get really excited because I know something big and juicy is gonna happen, so my eyes will just stab me in the back and just read ahead just a little bit, like a little few sentences, just to see if what's gonna happen is what I think is gonna happen. But it's never like an intentional, ooh, let me just skip a few pages. Who does that? Do people do that? Question number 10, breaking the spine or keeping it as new. I know a lot of people like to break the spines, but I see spines being broken and I feel like someone just broke my spine. I'm not gonna judge the people who do break spines, you know, to each their own, but when I see someone just take a book and it just, I can't. Keeping it like new in that prospect. I'm not super like, oh my god, these books have to be perfect, pristine condition, but I'm not gonna break the spine. I'm never gonna break, I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. Question number 11. Okay, question number 11 with an extra one there. Do you write in your books? No, not usually. No, I don't usually write in my books, but like I've been trying to get into it just to have little post-its and stuff telling about like how I felt when I read this part on it. Just doesn't seem like my style. So that is gonna be it for the reading habits tag. I hope you learned a bit more about me as a reader, so now you can roast me as a reader just like I roasted readers. Let me know if you guys have different answers to what I said in regards to these questions, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye!